Welcome to Statistics Made Simple, and I am Savita Valsang. In this video, I will discuss the chapter Interpolation and Extrapolation. This is especially for the second PUC students, where we'll be learning the binomial expansion method and Newton's advancing difference method. I'll start with a short introduction. Let x and y be two interdependent variables where x is called the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. And x will take the values which are denoted by x0, x1, x2, so on, xn. And y will take the values y0, y1, y2, so on, yn. The x values, that is x0, x1, x2, so on, xn, are also called as arguments, and y0, y1, y2, so on, yn are also called as entries. Now, the definition of interpolation and extrapolation are important one-mark questions. So, what is interpolation? It is the technique of finding the value of y corresponding to a value of x which lies in the range x0, xn. And extrapolation, it is a technique of finding the value of y corresponding to a value of x which lies outside the range x0, xn. Assumptions for interpolation and extrapolation again is an important two marker. The first point is there are no sudden jumps in the values of the dependent variable from one period to another. Second, there is a sort of uniformity in the rise and fall of the values of the dependent variable. Third, there'll be no consecutive missing values in the series. When we solve problems on interpolation and extrapolation, you'll be able to identify these assumptions. Now discuss the methods of interpolation and extrapolation. They are broadly classified into the graphic method and algebraic method. Our focus will be only on the algebraic method. In the algebraic method, based on different assumptions, various methods have been developed for interpolation and extrapolation, and two of the important methods are: the first one is the binomial expansion method, and second is Newton's advancing difference method. We'll start with the binomial expansion method, which we have learnt in the first year PUC syllabus. This method is the simplest algebraic method for both interpolation and extrapolation. In this video, we will learn to estimate two missing values, one within the range and the other outside the range. Now, when can the binomial expansion method be used? There are two conditions. First, the x values should be equally spaced, and second, the values of y which have to be estimated should be corresponding to values of x in the given data. These 2 points are important to remember. Through this example, we can relate to the conditions under which the binomial expansion method can be used. In the first row, we have the x values as 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, which we label them as x0, x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. And similarly, the y values are 1, 3, 5. Then you have the missing value denoted by a blank, then 9, and another missing value which is also denoted by a blank. The y values are denoted by y0, y1, y2, y3, y4 and y5. Now if you observe, in the above table the values of x are equally spaced. The difference between the x values is 5 throughout. Second, here we can interpolate the value of y when x is equal to 20 and extrapolate the value of y when x is equal to 30, because both x equal to 20 and x equal to 30 lie in the given table. But this method cannot be used if we want to interpolate the value of y when x is 16 and extrapolate the value of y when x is equal to 35, since these x values do not belong to the given data. Let us now learn the steps in the binomial expansion method. The first step is, in this method, we consider a nth degree binomial, that is y minus 1 to the power n equal to 0, where n is the number of known values of y. The second step, the binomial expansion of the above formula can be obtained as follows. Subdivision A, the subscripts of y will be the number equivalent of the known values of y. For example, if we have y minus 1 to the power 5 equal to 0. So what is 5? 5 will be the number of known values of y which can be obtained from the problem. Suppose this expression has to be expanded. If it was something like y minus 1 whole square, you know how to expand it. But as the powers go on increasing, it is difficult to remember the formula, and hence we have a certain technique. So first, what should we do? If we have y minus 1 to the power 5 equal to 0 and it has to be expanded, you start with y5, y4, y3, y2, y1, y0. So first we write the subscripts of y starting from 5 to 0. Then we have to put a plus and minus sign alternatively for the y terms, starting with the plus sign. So the terms will look like y5 minus y4 plus y3 minus y2 plus y1 minus y0. Next, we have to find out what are the coefficients of the nth degree binomial, and this can be obtained using what is called as the Pascal's triangle. Let us now learn how to form the Pascal's triangle, which will help us in finding the coefficients in the binomial expansion method. So see the table which has 3 columns, that is n, then you have the coefficient and the total. Now n takes the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and it can continue up to a finite number of values of n. The second column is the coefficient and the third column is the total. Now please observe the first row. When n takes the value 0, you're under coefficient, you have to write the number 1 and so the total also will be 1. When n is equal to 1, that is in the second row, the coefficient, you have to write 2 ones as I have indicated, okay, so which will look like a triangle, and when we add these 2 ones, the total will be 2. Then when n is equal to 2, what you have to do is, if you see the orange lines, 2 short orange lines, which I am adding, you will get 1 plus 1 is 2. And on either sides of 2, you should write the number 1, again which looks like a triangle. And for n equal to 2, you observe that the coefficients are 1, 2 and 1, whose total will be 4. Now when n is equal to 3, as indicated by the purple short lines, first you add 1 and 2, you'll get the total as 3. Then when you add 2 and 1, you will get the total as 3. And on either sides of these two 3's, you write 1. Now when you add up these values, the total will be equal to 8. Similarly, when n takes the value 4, as indicated by the blue short lines, add 1 and 3 and you'll get the total as 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 1 is 4. And on either sides of 4, you add the values 1. And the total will be 16. Similarly, when n takes the value 5, when we add 1 and 4 as indicated by the red color lines, you get 5. 4 plus 6 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. 4 plus 1 is 5. And on either sides of this 5, you introduce 1's. And when you sum up these values corresponding to n equal to 5, you get the total as 32. So in a similar way, the table can be extended. When we solve problems based on the binomial expansion method and use this Pascal's triangle, you will be able to understand the concept better. But in the exam, make sure that you draw the Pascal's triangle whenever a problem is asked on interpolation. First two steps will help in obtaining the first missing value of y. The third step, the second missing value of y can be obtained by increasing the suffix of y by 1 in the binomial expansion equation. It has been a while since I've posted videos for the second PUC students. This topic, interpolation and extrapolation, is a very simple one and an important one as well. You will get a sure 5 marker from this chapter. Do understand the concepts carefully and continue to practice the problems. Thank you so much for watching and look out for my next video on solutions to problems based on the binomial expansion method, where we will have two values which are missing.